Okay, welcome to my channel here, and this is going to be volume 4 in my Shorties channel, entitled Afraid to Die but Too Fearful to Live. So, back in June of 1969, I had just graduated from high school. That summer, 2 large outdoor rock festivals took place. A huge one on Yasgur's farm in Bethel, New York, known as Woodstock. And then the forerunner to Woodstock, though much smaller, the Atlantic City Pop Festival at the Atlantic City racetrack. There were actually 26 pop festivals that year, but the aforementioned were basically the 2 that were local to me, living in South Jersey. So, who knew that we were in the middle of the Hong Kong flu pandemic back then, when between 1 to 4 million people worldwide died? I certainly don't remember being aware of it. There were no mask mandates or social distancing requirements. No restaurants or mom and pop stores were shuttered. I guess life wasn't so precious back then. In fact, 4 years later, on January 22nd of 1973, the Supreme Court ruled in Roe v. Wade, finding a never-before-known constitutional right to privacy that allowed women, with the help of a doctor, to kill their own progeny, the fruit of their womb. And kill they did, to the tune of 1.2 million a year in the U.S., bringing us to the present day where, after a total of 45 years of wanton extermination, we've gotten over 60 million snuffed out American lives, never to see the light of day, never to take a breath of air. And that further opened the door for assisted suicide and euthanasia at the time that became all the rage. Yes, life was cheap. At least that's what we were telling ourselves and what we instilled in the minds of 2 generations of our youth. So suddenly, Donald Trump was preparing to run for a second term as president, and lo and behold, we were stricken with the Chi-Com flu, or the Wuhan virus, otherwise known by the woke as COVID-19. Of course, we were not as woke in 1969, when we identified a pandemic by its place of origin. In the enlightened times of 2020, though, that would be pure xenophobia. And just like that, life became so precious that no matter how much ruin was left in the wake of saving one person, it was worth it. It didn't matter how many businesses were bankrupt, how many people lost their life savings, how many people were put out of work, how the futures of our school-age children were compromised, how much alcohol and drug dependency increased, and how much despondency we spread, making suicide an epidemic and an easy way out. It was all worth it to save one life. Except miraculously, the abortion clinics all remained open, not missing a beat, unless you consider the many halted heartbeats. But they were peddling the easy life through the shirking of responsibility provided through abortion, which is now a religious right and not to be denied. Yeah, it's strange what the fear of 4 years of Donald Trump pushed the elites in a deep swamp to do. And we, the people, we didn't lose our liberty. We gave it up willingly, like sheep being led to the slaughter. So go ahead, change my mind. Thanks for listening.